Hey everyone, how are y'all? Betty Joe, I forgot to tell you, I'm sorry, that Nightbot does not work until the live starts. Avery, I think you need to leave the name the way you have it. I like it like that. Let me get all of my stuff put up here real quick. Seems like I'm missing something, but I can't figure out what it is. Hey Tiff, how are you? Vapor, how are you? Tiff, I'm doing good. Avery, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Do you know it's been so long since I've been up here on panel, I almost forgot
how,
what I
how to
needed
do
to
it.
do.
I know. You missed it last night. I was like screwing, what was it? I screwed something up whenever I was looking for something, searching for something, and I can't remember now what it was, but I put in the wrong. Oh, we were looking for uh, the list of death penalty qualified attorneys in Idaho with, Ann Taylor and all them on it.
Hmm.
And for some reason, I put death penalty qualified judges instead of attorneys.
Yeah, I was when I come up because when I come up from my phone, I have to like push my volume button up and then tap media and raise the volume on my media. And I'm
Uh,
sitting here like trying to just turn it up just by my volume button, and I'm like, what in the world is going on?
well, at least you did charge your phone tonight.
I did.
I told
Hey,
her.
Margaret.
Hi, Betty Joe.
Hello. I told her keep hanging out with me. She'll be smart.
That's right.
I mean, we both need to hang out with you more often because I am completely lacking in all things YouTube streaming right now.
Betty Jo has very, very good, wise advice.
Of course, she's
I try.
older than us, so we have to look to her for this good advice.
I
Hmm.
try.
And I'm taking it, boy. I'm like, hey, I need your advice on this.
I mean, there are some people that's old that that we have to watch the advice that we follow from them.
Yeah.
Right.
I tried not to like get in certain situations, and when I do, and then somebody comes to me for advice, I try to tell them, well, I did it this way and it didn't work, so let's do it this way.
But
Hmm.
okay, but how do you not get into a situation that you had nothing to do with, but you get drug into it anyway?
Um,
That
I
always seems to
I
be my
tell
problem.
I just tell them, listen, I'm not involved. I don't need your drama. When you figure it out, then we can
Yep.
talk.
Well, I've got a phrase that I'm going to put on some new merch. I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow and have it out and ready, hopefully tomorrow. But it's a
What?
very short, like 2 sentence phrase. It's not my mess, not my stress, and I'm just leaving it
There
at
you
that.
go. Yep.
Not my
That's a
mess, not my stress. I like
yep.
that.
Yeah, I
Yep.
like that too.
Margaret
That's
said,
it.
"Never come
Right.
to me for advice."
Hi, Margaret. I can't see the chat, so you guys know I'm just rude up here because I can never. If I
Well,
click over from my phone to look at the chat, I kick myself off. So
Yeah, I
but
do
but look, Betty Joe last night kicked herself off like 2, 3 times.
did she?
that.
Yes, she did.
I, I said,
I'm
damn,
sitting here
I'm an
just a
Avery.
talking. I'm up here just to talking to her and explaining what I'm looking at. And I look over at the stream here and like, Betty just nowhere to be found.
I did. I kicked myself off a couple times.
So funny.
Okay, so last night we were talking about the Oklahoma mom's case that's going on with the 5 people. Y'all, these are the dumbest criminals ever.
Yeah, they are.
There's nothing funny whatsoever about what happened to these 2 women.
No.
But,
Right.
and, 2 of them, was that a man's voice I just heard?
No.
No.
You're hearing things.
I could have swore I just heard a man's voice.
That was the baby walking down the hallway.
Okay. And Avery, Margaret says, Avery, please stop changing your name in witness protection. I actually like the name that she has now.
Yeah, I do.
So I was like, okay, I needed a channel name because, one of my channels got hacked. So I had to go back over to my DIY Flip It Avery. And I was like, well, I need a channel name. And then Sally Mae said, why? So you can change it 20 times. And I was like, you know what? She's so right. So it's going to be the unnamed.
I mean, it fits you perfectly. I
It
like
does.
it. But
I missed everything that you guys talked about last night, and I didn't ever get to replay it. So, and I did see the one article that you posted today. I got to read that, and oh my gosh, reading how they died was horrible.
Well, I will just say this: thank God for dumb criminals. Glowbug, you're very welcome. Like I said, there's nothing funny about what happened to these 2 women, but these 5 people, 2 in particular, the 2 that actually did took the women's lives, which is Tad and Paul.
Mhm.
Tad and Tiffany were already suspected. Like everybody suspected them in the disappearance, just based off of the custody issue that was going on with Veronica and the babies and all that. I think I have full faith that the cops would have eventually figured the whole thing out, but it might have taken them a little bit longer. But Tad and Paul are the 2 that took the lives of these women. Right. Tad is the one that attacked Jillian. Paul is the one that attacked Veronica. And they were, I'm trying to think of a nice way to put it so YouTube doesn't get offended. A knife was used in taking her life. I'll put it like that. So we know that they were found buried in this other guy's on his land down by a creek, and Tad went and dug the hole and all this and that, and told the man he was doing other work, but actually he was digging the hole to do this.
Yeah, I had a question about that. In the article, it said that he got permission from the landowner to dig the hole. So do we know what did the landowner think he was actually digging the hole for?
If I remember correctly, he went to the landowner. I believe the guy's last name was Beasley. I believe that was his last name. Okay, so Tad goes to Mr. Beasley, and I guess I don't know if they were running cattle on his property, because there's like a lot of farmers and stuff like that around there. Usually, if you lease land from a property owner, then you're kind of responsible for the upkeep of the land and the fences and stuff like that. So he goes to Mr. Beasley and says there was something about was it a tree and some concrete or something like that he was claiming that needed to be buried, that was down by the creek. Or I want to say it was concrete that had to do with the bridge.
I remember something about concrete.
Okay, so apparently he told Mr. Beasley that he was going to dig this hole and he was going to bury all this stuff there. So apparently that's what Mr. Beasley thought was going to happen. So he, the skid steer's brought in, he digs the hole. And apparently, I'm guessing the skid steer would have had to have stayed there overnight, because when the 2 women, when Veronica and Jillian were murdered, they were placed into the freezer. It had to be on the back of the truck at the time that
Mhm.
all this happened. They were put into the freezer, and then they were driven to the burial site, and then they were put into the hole. And so he would have had to use the skid steer to cover the hole back up and everything. And then he makes a comment to the landowner that says, I'm being looked at for the disappearance of the two women, Veronica and Jillian. And those skid steer tracks on your property doesn't look good if there's not a skid steer here.
Oh.
Which, I mean, people around here, if you have skid steer tracks on your property and there's not a skid steer, nobody's really going to think a whole lot about it.
Right.
Just because it looks like there's been work done and you hired somebody to come in and do it and they left with their equipment.
Right.
So it was almost like he was kind of like warning the guy without actually coming out and saying, hey, this is what we really done with it or whatever.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So Tad did what happened to Jillian. Paul did what happened to Veronica. They were both placed into this freezer, driven to the burial site. The freezer was put into the hole. Tad takes the clothes off that he had on when the crime happened.
And threw them in the hole.
No, he threw them in the freezer.
Oh.
With the two women.
Oh, okay.
Paul takes his clothes off and throws them into the hole.
Wow.
Where they're buried at.
So they're literally putting their own DNA right with the body.
Yes. Paul also throws a stun gun in there in the hole. Wow. And he throws the weapon in the hole. So whenever they figure out where this, where the women are at, and they go dig them up, they find Paul's clothes in the hole. His clothes come back with his DNA on them and Veronica's DNA on them. Mm-hmm. He also, as the crime is happening, cut his hand really bad. So, of course, his DNA is all over the place as well. Whenever they open the freezer, there sits Tad's clothes with his DNA on it and Jillian's DNA on it.
Yeah.
It was almost literally like they were trying to play a game of cat and mouse, and if you find the mouse, here's who the cat is.
Wow.
Like I said, dumb criminals, thank God they were dumb, though.
Yeah.
Because I think it helped speed up the process of everybody getting arrested and all the players in it. Now, Cora and Cole allegedly were just the lookouts. Tiffany, the grandmother, is the one that bought the pants that Tad wore that day. She bought the 3 burner phones. I believe it was the stun guns, and she bought the straps that were on the freezer when it was found.
Wow. And they pled not guilty?
They all 5 pled not guilty.
Yep.
Like, I don't understand why, like, even, like, with, like, Stephen Stearns, I don't understand why people who are, like, red-handedly caught plead not guilty. Like, what are they possibly thinking their defense could be? I just don't ever...
Court.
Huh?
They want their day in court. If they plead guilty, they don't get...
I mean, if they plead guilty, then there's no trial. Hey, King Scarlet, if they plead guilty, it just goes into your sentencing phase.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They don't. There is no more chance at possibly getting off of it. Whereas if you plead not guilty, then you go before a jury of your peers, and you have a whole trial. You know, the state has a burden of proof. So. Right. There's still that chance that if the state can't prove that you had anything to do with it, then you have a good chance of getting off. These dummies left all the evidence that the state needed to prove that they were actually the ones who done it in the burial site.
Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. If I would never do that. But if I did something that horrible and I knew that they had that kind of evidence and I was just literally red-handedly caught, I wouldn't even want to go through the embarrassment of a trial and the
Right.
whole world hearing step by step of what
Right.
you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it. I would just plead
but
guilty.
but they want to. They want.
They're, yeah,
Crazy.
it's like, I don't want to say they're enjoying the publicity of it, but then again, they could be. You know what
They,
I'm saying? Because
I still want to know about the hammer, the broken hammer outside of the car.
okay, so I didn't see anything about the broken. There was nothing in the article, and I'm gonna read the article that I had posted in Discord earlier that has all this information. I'm gonna read it in just a second, in case there's someone in here that hasn't heard about all of it.
Okay.
But the weapon that, okay, thank you, Margaret. The weapon that was found in the hole with the victims, there was, I don't know if it was a knife sheath or what it was, but in the article it says that there was accessories that went along with that weapon that was found at Tad Cullum's home.
Oh wow.
And honestly, I think if Cora's daughter hadn't came forward and told what she was told, which
Hmm.
was a very dangerous thing for that child to do,
Oh yeah.
but she had the heart and the balls to do it.
Yep.
I mean, there could have been a chance, and if nobody flipped on them, could have been a good chance that they could have not even been brought up in this,
Right.
because Tad's DNA was left, Paul's DNA was left, and obviously Tiffany had something to do with it because,
Yeah, she was the mastermind.
yeah, everybody knew that she didn't like Veronica because of the
Mhm.
custody issue.
Yep.
I have a feeling we're going to hear in the trial that, because it just doesn't seem to me like the anger that Tiffany had towards Veronica, it seems like that would be just too quick and easy. I think, like, I don't know. I'm just assuming that it's one wound each, that each woman had. But
Mhm.
I have a feeling we're going to find out in trial that it was a lot more gruesome than what than
Right.
what's in that
Yeah.
article.
Oh yeah, there's going to be probably a lot that's going to come out that we haven't heard.
And why
A lot.
pick the weekend with when an innocent woman is driving? Well, I guess all the weekends she was having to have somebody go with her, but that's what kills me because that woman was just innocent. She was just
She
Yep.
was just there because Veronica needed someone to come with her.
Yeah, she had to have.
She had to have supervision.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason. And I think the lady that usually was there, I believe Tiffany always hired to be the supervisor of it. But for whatever reason, Tiffany, I can't remember if she fired her or if she came up with, if it was, I want to say it was, she came up with an excuse that the woman wasn't needed that weekend. So Veronica had to find her own person to bring, and she asked Jillian. Jillian came with her. Just
That's what
thinking that,
I remember reading that Tiffany had told the woman to take that weekend off.
yeah, something like that. And so here comes Jillian, just thinking she's coming down to ride with this lady so she can see her kids.
Mm.
And what happens. And it's
what, if anybody asked me to ride with them to go pick up their kids, nope.
I'm gonna be like, we need to meet at the police department, not in some open spot that's no one's around. I don't understand why the meetup spot wasn't at the police department. That never
Right.
made sense to me. Usually, here, if you have like an exchange, a custody exchange, it's always done at a police department.
Can you imagine the fear those women must have felt whenever Cora and Cole pulled out and blocked them in the road and they realized like what was going on? That had to be horrible.
Veronica probably knew at that point what was about to happen.
Yep.
So
Because she knew them the best.
One of those ladies had a weapon for protection in her
That
purse.
was Jillian.
Okay.
And she couldn't get to it fast
And
enough.
they said that it was a clip that was found in her purse, but I don't ever remember them saying that they found the firearm.
I
Yeah.
don't remember either. I only remember the clip in her purse. And that's why, because we were thinking, remember we were talking about it, and we even said, I wonder like if they used her own weapon on her.
Yeah, but it seems like there was also whenever Paul Grice come into the picture, there was somebody had said something about he got injured, but it was never said how it was that he got injured. But in the article, it says that the court documents state that he had cut his hand bad.
See, that's what makes me think it was like a multiple. What word can I use? What's another word for STABBING? I can't think of a word.
Like multiple injuries.
Yeah. Like his hand slipped maybe on the knife if he was. I just said the word.
It probably did, and that's probably because it said in the article that he cut his hand badly.
It's so strange because it makes me think of Brian Kober, like one person being accused of what he did, and he didn't have any major cuts or anything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That
Margaret. Yeah, that we know of.
Yeah, that we know of. Yeah.
Yeah. Margaret said in some states, custodial supervisors are prohibited from carrying self-protection.
Really?
Because it was said that the police had asked Jillian's family about the clip, and they're the ones that said, yeah, she did carry protection.
I mean,
so they knew she had something.
Well, I know some states allow you to carry.
Yeah.
There's no way I would go somewhere in a situation like that, a custodial situation, without being protected.
Especially knowing the people that Veronica's had to deal with.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Goodness. Which, then again, Jillian may not have known all the details about these people.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Maybe she just knew that Veronica needed someone to go with her and be there as a supervisor for her to see her babies. And maybe Veronica didn't tell her. Maybe she didn't tell her because she thought, well, if I tell her, then she won't want to go, and then I won't be able to see the kids.
These people are straight up evil. I keep thinking about, remember when we learned about Tiffany had held a pew-pew to her son's head and made him allege things against Veronica that were untrue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These people are just straight up evil.
They are.
Yeah, Tiffany, she ramrodded the whole situation, and I'm sure other things that went on around there. She probably had something to do with her son going into rehab, so he has, or tries to portray it as he had no knowledge of it, but then tells the grandmother, whatever that was about it, it's handled, or I forgot how it was. Avery done knocked herself off the panel. But I forgot how it was said though, about his mom and having it handled and all that. I mean, he said things like he had knowledge of it, but then they went and talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was verified that he was in the rehab, which is good. I hope he gets that, that part of his life straightened out.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I believe that he didn't know what was going on.
No, I believe he knew. He might not have knew about the whole plan going down.
Right. He knew something was going to happen.
Knowledge.
He just didn't know when, how, or to
right. He had knowledge of something.
Yeah. He might not have known that they were going to go to the extent that they went to.
Yeah. He had knowledge of something.
Yeah.
It might not have been what was really going to go down.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very sad. I'm gonna read this article while we're waiting on Avery. She might have had to hop down for something, but usually she puts it in back chat, which I go to check people in the back chat. Somebody decided to come up backstage a minute ago and leave me a nice little message in the
Yeah,
back
I
chat.
see that.
Yeah, I didn't know that I had it until just a second ago when I went to check to see if Avery had left a reason why she was dropping.
Ignorant fools. That's what they are.
Yes, that's exactly what they are. Okay, let me pull this up. And let me drop this in the chat for her just in case she comes back in while I'm reading it. And I don't see her. Okay. We need to present this. Okay. Documents. Okay. All right. So this actually came out September the 12th. It was updated on the 13th. Today's the first time I'd seen it because, I hadn't been keeping up with any of the cases the whole month of September. But it says that court documents show for the first time how Veronica and Jillian were murdered. And y'all bear with me because I'm changing some of the wordings that's in this article.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. So in the state of Oklahoma's belief in support of consolidation for the preliminary hearing, prosecutors lay out what they believe were the roles of each of the 5 defendants arrested in the deaths of Butler and Kelly in March. Tad Cullum, Tiffany Adams, Cole and Cora Twomberly, and Paul Grice were arrested and charged in April. So the document says that Grice did what happened to Butler, causing her death, cutting his hand badly in the process, while Cullum did what happened to Jillian and causing her death. The women's bodies were then placed in a freezer and driven to the burial site. So they even went to the detail of having something there in order to transport them.
Wow.
Yeah, King Scarlet, they really do, because what they put back there is ridiculous, honestly. Okay, so the document alleges that Grice tossed the clothing that he was wearing when he murdered Butler, a stun device, and the murder weapon into the grave. It also says that DNA recovered from the clothing contained both his and Butler's DNA. It also alleges that Cullum tossed his clothing into the freezer with the bodies, and that his and Kelly's DNA was on the clothing as well. The document also notes that the accessories to the knife were also found at Cullum's home. Like I said, thank God for dumb criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, because
it could have been a different outcome.
It could have taken longer to find out, to actually get the proof of who did what to who.
Mm-hmm.
Where clearly they have it right here, just sitting there waiting for it to be found when the victims were found. The filings alleges that the Twomberleys served as the lookouts on the day of the murders and confided in their daughter, hoping that she would provide them with an alibi. Thank God that child came forth and told what she knew.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how dangerous it was, she knew that was the right thing to do, and that's what she did.
Yep.
So it claims that Adams purchased the burner phones, the stun devices, yellow straps found around the freezer, and even the pants that Cullum wore and buried with the victims. The state is arguing that all the defendants should face a preliminary hearing together instead of the separate hearings, since they alleged that all 5 conspired and participated in the murders of Butler and Kelly. Prosecutors' argument points to the state court rulings and a 2023 ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court as reasons why the 5 defendants should face a joint preliminary hearing and trial. Defense for both Cora and Adams have argued that they should face separate preliminary hearings. They all did it. They all took part in it. They all stood around and planned this detail for detail of what was going to happen and when and how and everything. Why would they need separate ones? Hey, SM, how are you?
I'd do it all together.
Yes, all of them need to be done together. Okay, so that was the end of that one. It would save money. It would save time. It would save jurors.
Yep.
Sit them all down at a table with their attorneys and do it all at once. So that way these kids and the 2 women's families don't have to hear this 5 different times
Exactly.
of what
Get
happened.
one time, not 5 different times.
Yeah, because
Plus,
more
the
than
taxpayers got to pay for it.
it's going to be the same evidence for each
Yeah,
defendant.
exactly.
So
So
that
do it
means
all once and be done with it.
right. So why would you have Tiffany's once by herself, where the victims' families, especially because Jillian had older kids.
Yeah, and
Thank you, SM.
they hear all that.
Right. So if they're going to be, they want to be there. I'm sure the families do to get justice for their loved ones. They don't need to hear this 5 different times about what happened to their family member.
No, they don't.
But that shows me though that Tiffany and all of them, they don't care if they have to hear it 5 different times.
Yeah, it's like it's what they want, and they don't care what these families want or need. Well, you know what? If I was the judge, I would deny it. I would
Yep.
make them all be there at one time and sentence them all at one time.
Yep. Well, there was okay. So they were supposed to have a hearing on October the 16th at 9 a.m. Let me pull this up. Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. Okay, so they did a joint motion with all 5 defendants to strike the hearing. So it says on this, and this actually came out today. On this third day of October 2024, the parties jointly request for the court that the court enter an order to strike the hearing set for October the 16th, 2024 at 9 a.m. The parties have filed no motion since the most recent hearing, and nothing is currently set to be heard on October 16th. The parties understand that, as the court has directed, the next hearing is set for Wednesday, November the 20th, 2024 at 9 a.m., and in order to strike the October 16th hearing has no effect on the November 20th hearing. So attorneys for Cole, Tiffany, and Ted have received the amended charging information filed today in their respective cases. Hey, Scott, how are you? So they
Did they?
joined. It was granted.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, there's not going to be. So here's the order striking a hearing that was also done today. The third day of October 2024, the court has received the parties' joint motion to strike the hearing. The court grants the motion and strikes the hearing that was scheduled for October 16th at 9 a.m. The matters remain set for the hearing on November the 20th at 9 a.m.
So they all got to be in court on the 20th.
On the 20th, yeah.
Okay, whatever. I mean,
I don't know. It's just, it was, this happened to these 2 women for
yeah,
absolutely no reason.
they done it together, so they should go to trial together.
Yeah. Let's see. Vapor says, "Well, let them all see each other and smile and chat. I think that would hurt the families more."
Well, yeah, but
I think what they would do,
that one time.
yeah, they would bring them all in. Okay, wait, Avery's backstage again. Okay, you back, Avery?
I'm sorry. Yeah, the internet went down completely.
Oh, okay. So
Sorry.
anyway, no, you're good. So anyway, Vapor, to answer your question, I think what they would do is they would bring them in and set them probably all at one big table, but not have them sitting next to each other. They would more than likely have either a space in between them or attorneys sitting in between, so they're not sitting next to each other. I think though that one trial would be better. Well, yeah, I mean they can still talk. That is true, but I think one trial would be better than the families having to go to 5 different trials and hearing this 5 different times. Especially if Jillian's kids go, because Jillian's kids are up older, so they would be able to go to it. Whereas Veronica's kids, they're both small; they wouldn't be able to go to it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty positive it's going to be one trial.
I think it should be.
I hope so.
That would be very expensive too. Not only hard on the families, but that would cost that county, and that's a small county.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it's very big of a county. It's just it's look at how many jurors you would need,
Yeah.
the money that would be spent, and the families have to hear it 5 times.
Yeah.
All of the
Mm,
evidence. That's it.
that's a
Even though the
lot.
evidence may be different, it's still each trial 5 different times it's going to be mentioned how they died.
Yep.
Right.
And that's just
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Did you
so
already read the article?
yeah, I did. It was the same one that I posted in Discord earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the same one because I posted 2 different ones. Both of them pretty much said the same thing, but I read the first one that I had posted.
Okay.
And then I went over because y'all, I was like trying to watch Big Brother tonight, and then also trying to look for the website that had the documents in it. I was only able to find one website that had 2 documents that came out today, and it was that they had motioned the court to strike the hearing on October the 16th, and then the order it was granted. So they go back to court on November the 20th.
So do they know like about when their trial is going to be?
I haven't seen a court date or a trial date. I don't even think I've even seen a preliminary hearing date.
And they're all held without bond, right?
Oh yeah, their bonds
Yeah.
were denied. Okay, let me go back to this website real quick. Oh no, wait. Okay. So they were supposed to have a motion hearing on October the 16th, which now has been canceled. They go on the 20th, but for some reason the November the 20th court date is not on this list. Tuesday, December the 17th at 9 a.m., there is a preliminary hearing scheduled for Tiffany. I'm pretty sure I would have to go through each name, but I'm pretty sure it's for all 5 of them that day.
It should be.
Well, if they're good, okay, so they have their preliminary hearing. That's when the judge decides if it goes to grand jury for indictment, right? And then,
Well, if
so
it
I
go,
wonder,
well, I mean, they can do a grand jury and not even tell them that it's going to a grand jury.
Yeah.
Because don't you remember when they did Brian Kohlberger, they had the grand jury. They were supposed to do a prelim, and then they had the grand jury indictment pop up, so they didn't have the prelim, and so it just goes to trial.
yeah, they will do that sometimes.
And they possibly could do it with this one before their preliminary hearing comes up.
Yeah. So I don't know. As of right now, it's scheduled. What did I say? December 17th.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is super quick, but
you said that's the preliminary, December 17th. Okay.
December 17th at 9 a.m. is the prelim. And that is, and I'm looking at just for Tiffany, but I would have to go back and search. Hold on, because I had to go look for their case numbers. Let me look at Tad's, because I'm pretty sure his is going to say the same thing. Okay, Tad's is December the 17th. His prelim. What was Paul's? And I didn't get all the case numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's all going to be the same day.
Is Tad's also at 9 a.m. like Tiffany's?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Wait, what? No, wait. I must have entered. Oh, hold on. I entered the wrong. I put 8-2 instead of 8-1. Jeez. Okay, Paul Jeremiah Grice. Here we go. Okay, so Paul Grice is. No, he does not have a preliminary. February 19th, 2025 at what's 1300? That's 1 o'clock?
Yeah,
so.
1.
Okay, so at 1:30 on February the 19th, he has, it says further proceedings. That's all his has. He doesn't have anything about a prelim or anything. His thing was, it doesn't even have the October 16th hearing that
Oh wow.
was canceled today. His last one was September the 18th. It was a motion docket, and then it goes to Wednesday, February 19th for further proceedings.
Oh, that kind of sounds like they may be gonna have them separate, doesn't it?
I wonder
Maybe.
is he the one that flipped?
I wonder if they're gonna do Tad and Tiffany in one, Cole and Cora in one, and then Paul separate.
But didn't somebody say last night that Paul's the one that told everything that happened?
He's the one who flipped or whatever, Paul.
That's why.
Oh, he is.
That's what I think it was on Twitter.
Wait, okay.
He's the one that almost got away. Remember, they had arrested the 4 of them, and they were saying we have everybody in custody. Yeah.
But
and he's a dummy that threw his clothes and the weapon in the hole.
Yeah. But I believe he's the one who's ratting.
Wow.
Well, I mean, maybe he flipped and told everything on them.
I guess we'll see, though.
Because as of right now, he does not have a prelim for.
I'm telling you, he's going to cut a deal. I'm telling you.
I mean, what is it usually the first one that talks? I wouldn't give him one either. I
mean, because they found his clothes and everything inside the hole.
But usually that's what happens. The first one that talks gets the deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. If he is, because
I'd give him life in prison with no parole.
With it saying further proceedings, it kind of sounds like he's going to be testifying against it.
Yeah.
Tiff, I know that's what Tiff said. Thank God they're idiots. Thank God for dumb criminals.
Right.
My thing is, I would cut a deal with it. Life in prison.
Yeah, he wouldn't get out. He would have to. It would have to be no less than life in prison.
Yep, life in prison, no parole.
Mm-hmm.
Is Oklahoma a DP state?
I
remember looking that up before. Hold on, let me look.
I don't think it is. Because I remember we looked it up, and I don't think it is.
No, I can't remember. It should be. All states should be.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
It says, yes, Oklahoma is a capital punishment state.
There was some case that we were looking up to see, and we were all shocked that it wasn't a
Wasn't
DP.
that something in Florida? No, it couldn't have been Florida because Florida's a DP state. What was it? I remember that because we thought it was one way, and when we looked it up, it was something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I'd offer him life in prison, no parole. There's your deal.
Yeah, that's he wouldn't get no less than life.
Take it or leave it.
So I've learned a lot about death row, just because of my research on that other case.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know that death row inmates, they don't have air conditioning.
Nope.
In the summer.
Nope.
I'm not sure about heat in the winter.
I'm sure I have heat.
They literally, so they call it 23-in-1 because they literally are in that cell for the 20
hours. Yep.
Yeah. And I was reading about how they develop, it's called death row syndrome. And it will actually cause all different forms of mental illness from being secluded for so long. Like they don't even take them out to eat. They bring their food to them in their cell.
Oh yeah, they don't get out of cell except for just that 1 hour of rec time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And that's they're not even out on the yard with other death row inmates.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea that it was quite like that.
Yeah. Okay. Margaret said Paul Grice was moved to another prison 2+ hours away and allegedly told prosecutors who did what. He'll never get immunity as he is the one who murdered Veronica, and that Oklahoma is a DP state.
So they moved him to a different prison.
Well, they probably, which makes sense. If he flipped, they're going to keep him away from the other 4.
Yeah. Which yeah, and I agree. He won't get like full immunity, but maybe it'll keep death row off the
Yeah.
wow. I
I
mean,
just,
death penalty.
I mean,
DP.
if that's, I don't know if in a case like this, though, it's, it's one of those double-edged sword things again, because you do want to know everything that happened and everybody that was involved in it and who played what part. But at the same time, in order to get that information from one of the criminals, you got
Hmm.
to kind of give them something so they'll give you something.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, Sally Mae. So it's,
You
I,
know, and the reason they do that is to give, because a lot of times the family members they can't. It's strange because you would think that the family members would not want to know the details, but a lot of times it gives them closure.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's why, because they feel like the families have the right to know
I
what all
think
happened.
if I think honestly, if I was in this situation, I would want to know everything that happened.
Hmm.
I would.
Yeah, I think I would too. And
It's just because I would. I'm all for for the DP, but it's one of those where it's got to be. You got to prove 1,000% you have the right person.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
And so I would probably, as crazy as that sounds, I would probably want to know everything that happened too, if it was one of my loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you want to know, if that is the right person that did all that.
But
Right.
you don't want to have questions in your mind for the rest of your life. Like,
Did I?
especially if it's your child, like, how
Right.
long did my child suffer? Was it quick? You
Right.
Mhm.
know, like yeah. So you just
Yeah.
need that finality
Yeah. Well,
if you even get the
I
truth.
have. I think I would need to know though for other reasons that I'm not allowed to say on here. But yeah, and Margaret, I wouldn't have any mercy either.
Mm-mm.
I would
No.
hate the fact that they wouldn't get the death penalty if that's what it took for someone to tell everything that happened.
Mhm.
But it would have to be no less than life in prison, and I'm sure arrangements could be made. If you know where I'm going with that.
You know, I've just always been a firm believer, and it's I've got it from the Bible that an eye for an eye. I just have
Hmm.
That's exactly what I say. Eye for an eye.
been.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
But
I
I
really
do.
I really think if more cases could be treated that way, I think our crime rate would go down.
In this case, though, I think that they do have everybody that's involved um, in
Hmm.
this and who actually did what, just based off the fact that they found the DNA on the clothing. What the hell did my air conditioner? Y'all, it's so cold here that my air just kicked off.
Really, I'm looking. It's 73 here right now.
It's 66 here.
You're
Okay.
kidding me.
Hold on. It's
I,
too damn quiet in here. Hold on just a second, y'all. I got to cut a fan on or something. I
I
can't go
wondered
to.
why your background got so quiet. 66. Oh,
Okay. I had to cut a fan on because I can't go that quietness like that.
It drives you crazy.
I'm so used
hmm.
to that. It kicked off last night. I was dead ass asleep, and the air kicked off because I have that eco thing on it. So when it gets down, because I have it set on 61, it kicked off, and I like woke up like, why the hell is it so quiet in here?
I'm laughing because I have mine set on 60.
Y'all are crazy.
Shit, I'm ready for the cool weather. I'm gonna be honest.
We got ours set on 70.
Oh, Vapor has a good point. Crime might go down with public executions.
Yeah, true.
Well, you think about it, back in the day, back, when
Yeah,
when
they were the hanging.
well,
Yeah.
when there was more vigilante justice, it like even there like our crime rate has gone up because our justice system is so messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now a lot of people see it as, you know, okay, well, if I get caught, what's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to be in prison. I'm going to get free food. I'm gonna have hell. We even have prisons now where they're giving them cats. Um,
Oh
some
yes, which
somebody
is
who
ridiculous.
posted that video where they're now giving the inmates cats.
There's several prisons that do that. They give them animals, and it's supposed to help.
Help
Um, what would be the right
supposedly
Keep
word?
help
them
change them.
keep them from fighting each other.
Yes, it's supposed to help keep them calm and learn to care for something other than themselves and
Hmm.
have compassion for something other than themselves.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I if you did what you did to a human, what makes me think you won't do it to an animal?
exactly.
Right. And they get to go out in the yard and they can play sports, with each other. They get their meals. They can go to the whatever the rec room where they watch TV. Now they have
He-
tablets,
Hell,
internet.
some of them get TVs in their cell.
It's just it's mind-boggling.
It's literally like you went from your mama's house to a jail cell, but nothing other than that changed. You get
Mm,
food, you get free food that
yep.
somebody else cooked for you. You get your laundry done. You get to lay in bed all day. You,
I will never forget when I first moved to Alabama in 2002, and it was such a little town, and we went past the jail, and this jail literally did not have windows. It had the wrought iron bars, no air conditioning, and no heat. And from what I understand, bugs, like bad bugs. It was that whenever they finally built the new jail, they condemned that building.
Mhm.
And I remember looking at that thinking, I am never getting myself in trouble here because that thing looks so horrible. And every time you drive by it, you would see the inmates with their hands on those bars and their faces up to them,
Trying
and
to
they'd
get some
holler.
air.
They'd holler at you as you drive by. I was like, whoa,
I
no,
don't
ma'am.
think in Angola, I don't think they have air in the prison down there.
Yeah, they didn't have air or heat in
Yeah, I
that
never
one.
do.
Well, hey, you know what? If you don't want to go to jail or to prison and be stuck in a situation like that, don't commit a crime.
Exactly.
Now they built a big fancy one, but my goodness, that thing would make you like not even tell a lie because you wouldn't want to go in there.
Right.
It
I
was
know
that bad.
there's some people though that feel more comfortable in jail or in
Mm,
prison than they do out in
Yeah.
the
I do.
civilized world, which is
They'll
crazy.
repeat the crime and go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought a whole lot on it until I was researching about death row. And I didn't realize like that there's even a death row syndrome that leads to mental illness. I mean, it literally leads to like schizophrenia, all kinds of things just because you're sitting there in that cell totally secluded and can't talk to anybody.
But they don't, honestly, they don't need, hey, Gigi, they don't need to be around other people.
Right. I mean, yeah, I agree.
That is
I had just never really thought about
right.
all of that, and I was thinking, maybe that's why they let him sit on death row for 20 years because it's kind of like a way of letting them suffer before they die.
Yeah, kind of like their punishment of, because usually at that point, they don't even have their date yet, their
Yeah.
execution date. So it's kind of
If
like,
you
you're suffering in silence, waiting to see, okay, are they coming today to hand me the envelope with my execution
Yep.
date in it? No,
Mhm.
not today. Was it going to be tomorrow?
Yep.
Can you imagine 20 years of sitting in a 6 foot by 4 foot by 8 cell alone 23 hours a day
I
Nope.
couldn't. I
for
couldn't.
20 years?
Only way I would do it is if it came down to one of my kids.
Yeah. That,
That's
that,
the only way.
I know I'd lose my mind, and so I'd be one of those that they'd be like, he's taking her feces and writing on the wall. 'Cause that would, I would totally lose my mind.
I mean, there are people that, even the ones that's not even on death row, that do that.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. There's some crazy people. It's just,
Some can handle the lockup and some can't.
yeah. Some, like I said, some feel more comfortable locked up than they do out on the street. Some of them don't trust themselves on the streets,
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, that
and
is true.
they would rather be locked up so that they can't hurt anybody, which is a crazy way
Yeah.
of thinking. But you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you guys been keeping up with the sheriff and the judge case?
No, somebody mentioned it last night, and I've got it wrote down to look into it, because the only thing really that I know about that case is that the sheriff went into the judge's chambers. What happened, and something about a cell phone. I remember that.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't know anything about the case. It's just, I want it because I'm trying to get caught up on all of them.
Mhm.
It's like one of those things, I have to take one case at a day to get caught up on.
Right.
Well, I heard, and I don't know if it's true, that the judge was planning on kidnapping
Mhm.
wife and daughter of the
Yeah.
sheriff.
Okay, so somebody, I don't remember who it was that was in here last night, said something about I'm assuming it was found out that the judge was trying to mess with the daughter or something like that.
So I did read something on that credible, I think it was News Nation maybe, or Watch It, that it wasn't anything to do with a SA, but I think there could have been something inappropriate beginning or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the sheriff and the judge, they had been friends for
Yeah.
years. And then that day they went to lunch, and they were at lunch with coworkers, and somebody must have said something to the judge, which is another, or said something to the sheriff. It was another employee who worked for the sheriff, because they confiscated her cell phone too. Because then they said, next thing you know, the sheriff and the judge are kind of having words, and the judge says, do we need to talk about this privately in chambers? And the sheriff says, yeah. So they get up, they leave, and they, go to the chambers, and then the sheriff makes the judge give him his phone, and he's looking in his phone, and he makes a phone call to his daughter from the judge's phone, and then the next thing you know, the pew pew happened.
Oh, damn. Okay, and so this just happened on September the 19th?
And they already had the preliminary hearing.
Wait, let me make sure was it Lecter County Sheriff Sean Mickey Steins? Is that the right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure I had the right one. Yeah, it says that it happened on September the 19th. That's less than a month ago.
And they've already had the preliminary hearing. And check this out. They've been showing, so there was a camera in the judge's chambers, no audio, but just video. And they've been showing the video on Court TV, News Nation, of the actual pew-pewing happening. The judge crouches down, and he's hiding behind his chair. And then the sheriff goes around his desk, and then the judge gets in the corner, wedged in the corner. And then it just shows it all. It's like, I was so mind blown that they showed that video.
Like, they showed it, they didn't blur anything out. It was
Didn't blur. Nope.
Oh, damn.
They showed the whole video, but there's no audio. You just see, what's happening. But
yeah,
it's like, it's kind of hard to process watching it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah. So I just did like a Google search on it or whatever. Just Kentucky Sheriff suits the judge, and it says as of right now the motive of this whole situation remains unclear, but that Kentucky State Police are investigating the case, and multiple sources suggest that a possible motive may be a scandal. You know what kind of scandal.
Yep.
According to the report, Sheriff Steins had been deposed in a lawsuit filed by two women, one of whom alleged that the deputy forced her to have relations inside of Judge Mullen's chambers for 6 months in exchange for staying out of jail. The lawsuit alleged that Sheriff Steins had failed to investigate the deputy's actions.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn.
That's why there was cameras in the judge's chambers, because of that one deputy doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But so the sheriff has two attorneys. It's a husband and wife, and they were on a YouTube. I think it's a YouTube channel called Crime Fix. Yeah, it's Law and Crime Network, and it's called Crime Fix. And they did an interview tonight, and they said that basically they don't call it a crime of passion anymore. They call it a crime of oh man, what is the term? But it's the same thing as a crime of passion, heat of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying that that's what it is. Whatever he's seen in that phone caused him to snap.
Oh damn.
And they did say that he was protecting his wife and his daughter.
Oh, that's crazy. So
it is so wild.
The sheriff has announced his retirement on October the 1st.
Yeah. It's a wild case. It really is.
Yeah, I need to get caught up on this one. This is crazy.
And then there was like rumors going around YouTube saying like that the wife had left the sheriff and things like that. But the wife and daughter, which is his daughter, she's a minor, she's a teenager. They not only were they sitting behind him in his preliminary hearing, but the sheriff's sister did a GoFundMe, and his wife has been commenting on that sister-in-law's Facebook page that she fully supports her husband, the sheriff.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I can't believe this happened September the 19th, and he stayed the sheriff until October the 1st when he retired.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe they already had a preliminary hearing. I was like, what? No way.
And the only reason why he retired is because the Kentucky governor called for Sheriff Stein's resignation or threatened to initiate removal proceedings.
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't he removed the day that this happened?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I guess, he's got to be found guilty. I don't know.
But he's on trial, though, for shooting a judge.
Yeah. But at least this way, his wife and child, won't they get his retirement benefits? Or does he have to be dead?
No, they should get it.
That's a good question.
He still should, even though he's going to, if he ends up in prison, he still should get it. It should go to them.
Okay.
Because wouldn't his wife be able to draw an income off of his retirement?
If he's not working, yes.
And I would say the kid would too, as long as if you're still in school or up to a certain age.
Yeah.
I believe it's up until you're 18 or still or out of school, something like that.
Something like that. So maybe that's the reason why the governor gave him the option to retire, just to kind of protect the wife and child. But that should have happened like day one.
The day after.
Yeah. Okay, so Tiff said that she had heard that the wife and daughter may have been trying to escape DV, but who knows?
Yeah, and so his attorneys addressed that rumor, and they said no, there wasn't.
I don't think they would even put that out to the public, though.
Mm-hmm.
A sheriff with a DV situation, whenever
right
this just happened, that attorney's gonna shut that shit down.
Oh yeah.
from the jump. So
And I mean, I've been watching the sheriff's wife comment on the sheriff's sister's Facebook page, the one who made the GoFundMe. She
mhm.
keeps sharing it. Her name is Carolyn Styles. No, Lord, it's on the GoFundMe page. But I've been watching her Facebook page, and the sheriff's wife has commented on there that she fully supports her husband.
I mean, it's just like the what is it, the governor of New York, or is he the mayor? He's still working with all these charges up against him.
Oh, you're talking about the one in the Diddy case?
Mm,
The New York City mayor? Is that who you're talking about?
yeah.
Okay, I thought he retired. I thought he or
No,
stepped down.
it might be the governor.
Okay, because I could.
He's got like fraud charges against him.
Okay, this may be something different then.
Taking bribes for other stuff, like private planes, going on private vacations.
Oh, okay. So this isn't. That's not going to be the one that's in the P Diddy case because I think it's the mayor of New York City, if I'm not mistaken. He's in trouble. He's like all wrapped up in. Hey, Lori, he's wrapped up in the whole P Diddy
Yeah, that's another
shenanigans. That there's so many people to that, y'all. I can't like
you can't keep up.
you can't because there's always something that's new coming out.
Mhm.
Or there'll be like a TikTok video saying, well, just wait because this person's going to be on that list. And just, yeah, it's.
Well,
list come out, but I ain't seen it.
Today, when they announced about Garth Brooks having the RAPE allegations,
Wait, what?
Today they announced Garth Brooks is being accused of RAPE.
I did not know that.
And my first thought went straight to Sean Combs, but it's totally unrelated.
No,
Oh.
never happened.
Because I was like, surely Garth Brooks has not been doing these freak offs.
No.
Okay, so Booberry OG said that it runs deeper than that, talking about the Kentucky judge and sheriff. It started with Ben Fields, the deputy that Steins replaced. Big corruption in the case. Everyone's going to be shocked when it all comes out. I live here.
Oh, really? Give us the tea.
Okay, so Blueberry, do you live in that county or just in the state of Kentucky or close to that county?
Yeah, don't hold out on us.
Because I literally know nothing about this case, but I am like all invested in it now.
Oh, wait till you watch the videos. So go watch the preliminary on Law and Crime.
Okay.
That was like 2 days ago, and then watch Crime Fix from tonight on Law and Crime, where his attorneys talk. And between those two, you're gonna be so invested. I'm so invested.
I'm writing it down so I can keep up with it. Yeah, I don't
I'll send them to you.
Okay, so Blueberry says she lives 2 counties over. Okay.
Wow.
That's close. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. This is kind of interesting now.
Yeah, because I think they're small counties.
Yeah, they're very big.
What county was this? Letcher County? Let me see where Letcher County is in Kentucky.
What is wrong with people from Kentucky? No, I'm just kidding.
And the sheriff was so calm. Like,
yeah, he looked like he was calm.
When he did that, even the pew-pewing.
Yeah.
And then he just turned around and just walked out. And then in the preliminary hearing, he just sat there so calmly.
Yep. Well, when he walked out after doing it, he turned himself in.
Right. Yeah.
So.
And he said, "Just treat me fair."
Yeah.
That's what he told the people arresting him.
Yep. He said, "Just treat me fair."
Okay, so Blueberry said go to the Mountain Eagle newspaper on January the 10th, 2024 and read the article.
Oh.
Okay.
This already sounds juicy. I'm talking about people's lives here, and I'm calling it juicy. What is wrong with me?
You'll have to post it in Discord so I can read it.
Oh my God, King Scarlet, are you serious?
What? What would she say? I can't see chat.
Oh, she told me to go look for her last comment because I didn't see it. And she was telling me who won the new HOH. Oh, I'm so sick.
Who won?
Chelsea.
Ah.
Oh no!
So Mackenzie
I don't think she could play.
didn't get to play.
I
No,
love Mackenzie.
I don't.
See, the thing, I don't know what season it was, but when there's only 4 people in the house, I always thought they all got to play for the head of household.
Yeah, this season is just.
Yeah, this season's just wacko.
Yeah, this is not going to be
Well-
anybody's favorite season. I will say
I know
that.
nobody wants to talk about it, but I hope Chelsea sticks to her word and keeps Mackenzie.
Listen, you guys will never believe in our little group here who got me hooked on a drama-filled, gossip-filled reality TV show.
I bet you I can tell you who it was.
Go
I bet
ahead.
you Vapor.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, Four Chihuahuas, how are you? Four Chihuahuas says I don't like any of them that are left. I only like Rabina. Like I wanted her Chemo to win. Chemo's gone. I'm rooting for Rabina.
Yeah, he's gone. Which I kind of figured because he's the mastermind behind.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always liked Rubina from the jump
And
before
poor
it even started.
But
I always
short.
like.
She's so short, but she's mighty.
Yeah, Vapor got me hooked on this reality TV show. It's called Selling Sunset.
Girl, that is like the best show ever. I have watched every season.
I
The
forgot.
other day when I seen new season had hit, I binge watched it the
But,
whole season.
It's just so weird coming from a dude. So like when I tell other people about it, like my sister, and Jo, she's like, "Oh, where'd you hear about that?" And I'm like, "Scarlet."
I mean, I love that show. I've watched every season.
What
I
is
don't
it?
like the. I watch it on Paramount. No, wait, is it? No, it's Netflix, ain't it?
Netflix. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I watch
Yeah.
it at. But it's a really good show.
My daughter is boycotting Netflix right now
Oh Lord.
Why?
because all the money that you pay for it is going overseas.
Well,
Oh yeah.
because I have T-Mobile cell service, I don't have to pay for it. It's
Right.
part of the deal that I have that I get it for free. So that's
Right.
the only reason why I have it. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't pay. Was it like $16 or $17 now?
No, it's up to almost $30 a month.
Are you serious?
So if you have T-Mobile, you get Netflix for free.
Yep.
Okay, if you get, it's one of the certain, mine is like the magenta status or something like that, and with that package, you get Netflix for free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Vapor. If you have that, well, like I said, we have the magenta. It's magenta status or magenta package or some shit like that. But yeah, we get it for free.
I didn't know Vapor was in chat.
Oh
Four
yeah, he's been in
yes,
here.
I am a Phillies fan.
Oops.
I am an Eagles fan and I am a Phillies fan. My Phillies are going to go all the way to the World Series and win it this year.
I'm just a Scarlet fan. Let's see, New York City Mayor Eric Adams
Yes,
has
mayor.
come but will not resign. Okay, so Margaret, he's the one that's mixed up in the P. Diddy stuff, right?
I don't know if he's the one
Let's see,
because he might be because he's got corruption and
Who is the mayor? What's his name?
his name is Eric Adams.
Eric Adams.
He won't. He says he will not resign.
Wow.
It's going to be interesting to see how deep in that case he goes with the whole Diddy stuff.
I believe they should fire him.
I mean, if he's named in a lawsuit or if he is named in court documents that have to do with the what Diddy has been charged with, he should resign, or they should fire him.
Yeah, because he said he's not going to resign. He's got several
because
charges against him for corruption, for fraud, wire fraud. Uh,
Wow.
oh, so
taking,
he's got his own thing then, like his
yeah.
own apart from the Diddy stuff.
hmm He's got taking bribes,
Mm.
uh,
Oh,
using the city's money for vacations. There's a whole list of.
Wow.
oh, damn. So he's got, because they got Diddy for what is it, trafficking,
Yeah.
and what else was it?
Oh, it was quite a bit.
Right.
It's oh, they didn't call it a RICO case. It was was it racketeering?
I think so. Yeah.
It's part of a RICO case,
Hmm.
but they haven't officially named it as a RICO case yet. I
Yeah,
want to say racketeering.
it
That's the
it
word that
is.
they use.
Hmm.
So yeah, they've got like this dude even wanted to pay $50 for a bond, have no contact with any females, be on house arrest, surrender his passport, but stay
Mm.
at his house in Florida. Okay,
Yeah,
dude.
right.
The cops ain't that fucking stupid. They
No.
already knew you were going to hop a plane at a private airport and flee the country. So
Right.
that $50 million
Exactly.
is not getting you out of jail. So sorry.
I don't know what he was thinking when he thought that.
I know.
I think A
Dude,
for effort, he
this is-
tried it, and two judges denied it. That's the thing. Two of them did.
Yep. Dude, are you really serious about that?
It's like, no, you are a flight risk.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
you
not
know,
going nowhere.
I get so mad with these celebrities that get into this stuff because they think that money can get them out of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he for sure did. He claimed to be this billionaire mogul,
Hmm.
world, which he was world known because of his music. Well, not his music.
Everybody else's music.
What was it? The Snoop Dogg said, the guy who's in everybody else's videos.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. On top of the women that he's dated, that's how he's.
Well, I still think that P Diddy is behind Tupac and Biggie Smalls.
He is. No, he is. You didn't know
Hmm.
that?
Wow, that's what I've always thought. I just know he's
Yeah.
never been charged with anything.
What's his name? The dude that got arrested for Tupac's murder.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh yeah, the older guy.
Yeah.
Keefe Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He came up and said that Diddy is the one who hired the hit on him.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
He did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure
See,
did.
and I've known all these years that P Diddy is behind it.
And I
Those
want to
two.
say it was $1 million. What did I hear about $1 million payment for that?
I just want to know if J Lo was ever into these freak offs.
Mm,
By the look on her faces and some of the pictures
there,
that
there is a picture with her, Diddy, and Aaliyah, and some other people in a bed together.
Mm-hmm.
And
Really?
yes, and Aaliyah was actually married to R. Kelly when she was 15,
Mhm.
16 years old.
15.
Yeah. And I forgot which one of these other celebrities that's going against Diddy right now came out and said that the reason why, and I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what they said, that the reason why Ben Affleck left J-Lo is because he found out her involvement with the P. Diddy scandal.
Oh,
And that's a good possibility.
You know, whether that's true or not, but that is
Ooh.
coming from one of the celebrities that is, because there's been several celebrities that have spoken out against Diddy and the stuff that he's done. There's been celebrities that has trying to warn the public of the stuff that he was into and all these freak off parties and all this and that. And people thought they were crazy and didn't believe him and all this and that until his arrest happened.
Yep.
So Ben Affleck learned you can't make a hoe a housewife.
Pretty much.
I knew J Lo always had some freak in her. I could just see it.
Yeah. And
Only Avery.
I don't know. I think that Justin Bieber is very much a victim.
Oh yes, that is horrible.
What is the other boy? He was a he's done several interviews after the Drake Bell thing came out. And he was asked about somebody that worked for Nickelodeon, but he wasn't a Nickelodeon child actor. I believe he was Disney.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the same group with Britney Spears? Or is that different?
No, I think this dude was. I think he's younger than
Oh,
Britney. Fuck, what is that boy's name? Because me and my husband were just talking about the interviews that he came out with and the stuff that he was telling.
Jeez.
Fuck, what was his name?
These people.
Orlando Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, he came out like a year and a half ago and said that, and I want to say this was right around the time or maybe right before the whole Drake Bell thing happened, that that some stuff happened in Hollywood with household names, and that whenever the names dropped, people are going to be shocked.
Mm.
Corey Feldman also said that.
Oh, yeah.
Drake Bell, you know, that whole scandal with him, and he did Quiet on the Set. And there was another child actor.
Makes you want to not, you know, like if your child wants to pursue that, makes
Yeah.
you want to, because they're so vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Yeah, Timberlake was with Britney.
Yeah.
Oh God, they were both teenagers, like
You see,
17, 18.
I've always felt like something has happened to Britney that hasn't come out yet, and that's why she's so
Okay,
bonkers.
wasn't it in 2007 when she shaved her head and there's like all the pictures of the video of her
Mhm.
hitting on the car with the umbrella trying to break the window?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so allegedly, I don't know if this is true or not, but allegedly, this whole P. Diddy thing, they're saying had something to do with that too.
Oh,
Yep.
I knew it. See,
When
I
he really
just
started doing all that is back then.
Wait, say that again, Betty Joe.
I said, okay, baby. I said back then, back in, what was it, 2007, when P. Diddy actually started all that.
It
Mm,
was
yeah.
it was the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think when all this, maybe even before then.
Yeah,
But
it
see,
could,
I have always said all these years, whenever Britney's been, you know, in the news for something controversial, I have always said something has happened to that girl when she was younger and started getting into, you know, her career and acting and everything. Something happened somewhere because she's really messed up.
Oh,
well, it doesn't help that
she's still not good.
Mm-hmm.
but it
She's
also don't help that her father done all that
yeah,
crap
he
to her either.
messed her up big time too
Yeah.
with
Mm-hmm.
all of that. But she puts she does like these small videos on I think Facebook or something like that of her
Yeah.
dancing in her house, and you can just tell she's not.
Yeah.
She's
She hasn't been right for a little while.
yeah, and it's like all of a sudden she snapped back when she shaved her head and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're going to find out a lot of people were there, but not everyone was involved in the crime. Sort of sounds like there was a legit party to keep up appearances, and then there was, from what I understand, and what he had said on talk shows, you have the party, and then you have the after party, and then you have the after party.
Well, yeah, you also got to understand, a lot of people's drinks were probably,
Spiked.
like
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah, they did say that he drugged.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Some
saying.
people
So
that-
Yeah.
there's
I heard
probably a lot that did not know what was going on.
Yeah.
I heard today that they already have over 100 videos of victims that
Oh, yeah.
are so out of it they don't have a clue what is going on.
Well, you know, he has was it 11 or 12 cases against him right now, because once he got arrested, then women felt comfortable coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a new one that came out not long ago that claimed that him and another guy at a studio
Yep.
tied her up and did what they did to her. and
Mhm.
she's got what's the big lawyer Gloria damn
Oh,
it.
Summerlin.
No,
Summerlin.
not her. Um, dang it, what is that woman's name? Is she yes. Is it Alred?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ridge.
Okay,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
her. You know, she also represented one of the R. Kelly victims.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, she's representing this latest lady that came out against Diddy.
Good. I hope they get him. I hope they put
I
him
do
on the jailhouse.
And
Look,
yes,
I ain't gonna lie. I went to an R. Kelly concert in 2000. Let's see, 2013. But I didn't get up close, because I'd already heard about the peeing on people. So,
yeah, he was married to Aaliyah when she went to 15 years old.
Yep.
mm, mm,
So
mm.
now what did he get on his sentencing? What's it? I forgot now how many years it was he got.
These
Hey,
people, they think they can do anything because they have money,
yeah.
and
Well,
it's just,
Diddy found out that $50 million is not going to get him out of jail.
Nope.
yeah,
Well, see, like a lot of them, like a lot of your big time stars with the Epstein,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
they were all involved. Oh no, a lot of them got away with it.
because of who they were.
Yeah.
Mm.
And see, that's what a lot of people are thinking it's going to happen with Diddy. A lot of them are going to get away with it because of who they are.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, and don't get me wrong. There are like thousands of videos that have came out of all of these parties that he had because he had like the white party. He had all the like different parties. He had 4th of July parties,
right.
birthday parties. A lot of high profile people were at these parties, but I don't think they're so much worried about those parties. What they're
Mhm.
worried about is these freak offs
Yeah.
that he had.
They're
Mhm.
worried about.
That's what they're really
That's
worried
what they're
about.
mainly getting him for.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, just the term "freak off" gives me like the weebie-jeebie. Like I would not go to something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they said that the DRUGS was
Uh-huh.
like literally sitting around in candy bowls for
Mm-hmm.
people.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going there.
Yeah. And it was that was apparently these freak offs were the after party. So you got your party, the after party, and then the after party.
Right.
And that's
Mhm.
when all and that they would
That's when all the yep.
yeah, when all this would happen and there would be lights and cameras and like even his ex Cassie has came out and talked about what she went through when she was with him. I didn't realize she was with the man for 10 years.
Yeah, yeah,
That whole video of what he done to her came out and all that.
yeah.
And so it's going to be a huge
It's gonna be something interesting to watch though. To see
yeah.
what really
Some people
Now,
think that he's not going to go down alone, that he's going to flip on people. Some people think that
well
he's not going to say anything. A man who who offers to put up $50 million to get himself out of prison,
he's gonna
uh,
do something.
I think he's gonna because
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna go down alone. I
No.
really don't.
He's not gonna go down alone.
And I
ooh,
watched damn it, fuck, I can't remember the woman's name now. The blonde headed lady that some people like and some don't.
Ashley Banfield.
No.
Nancy Grace.
Yes. I could not think of her name.
I like Nancy Grace.
I do too. But she was talking about poor Diddy. He was sitting there crying in court, wanting out of jail because he's eating nasty food and he's afraid people are gonna poison him. Well, so what?
I
She's
watched
so
that.
funny.
I watched that.
And she's very dramatic with that's the thing about it.
Well,
Isn't
so
he married?
what?
Diddy's not married, I don't think.
No, I don't think he is.
No.
But,
he's
okay,
not.
so he was with the Kim woman. But he
Yeah,
had, I
the
think
children with.
I think he had.
Yeah,
Hey Ava, I think he had 3 kids with her, and she actually ended up writing a book about everything that happened. She has,
Oh, I didn't know that either.
yeah, and it just came out. Uh,
Oh,
she has videos, she has pictures of everything that went on in this book. She mysteriously
oh,
passes away. I think
really?
like 2017, 2018, something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Then he was, so after him and Kim were, they split up. I don't remember where J Lo fits into this. I think it was like in the late '90s, early 2000s. Him and J Lo was
J-Lo was
together.
with him. They were both young.
Yeah, it was like,
99 to 2001.
yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere around in there. And then I can't remember the years that he was with Kim, which is the lady that's the mom of three of his kids.
Mhm.
And she gets all this information, she puts it into a book, and she passes away. Well, the book, I think, hasn't been out very long with
What
all
was
this
her
information.
cause of death?
P.
Hold
Diddy.
on. I think he had something to do with it because it was her and like, I want to say one or two other people that had something to do with him as well, or people that he's associated with that has also passed away the same
Mhm.
way. But I can't remember who it is.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me look up what her.
I said P. Diddy.
You know, I'm sick and tired of these musicians ruining all of my music that I've been listening to for so many years.
Okay, so apparently on November the 15th, 2018, at the age of 47, she died from lobar pneumonia. I know who the
Hmm.
other one was. Allegedly, Jay Z has a mistress.
Yeah.
Um, I think it was her that passed away as well. And supposedly she passed away the same way as Kim did.
Wow.
But it seems like there was somebody else. It seems like
And
there
that,
was
that
three.
ain't mysterious.
Now,
Uh,
can't these people find something better to do with all their money?
Nope.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Do you
they
think
don't.
Jay-Z had a part in it?
Yep.
Yeah. I do.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Kelly P, how are you? I do. I think he's going to be the next big dude that goes down.
Yep. That's what I was thinking.
Wow.
Ava said that Brittany
Thank you.
Murphy is in that conspiracy theory too. You know, Brittany and her husband both passed away from pneumonia, but allegedly
Yeah.
it was due to black mold in the house.
Oh, well, her mom tried to sue about that, and they said there was no mold in that house.
Then what the hell did she die from?
Pneumonia.
Who?
Brittany Murphy. Hey, Princess Lena.
No. Brittany Murphy was.
Yeah, she died from pneumonia. She died the same year
Yeah.
that she.
But I
Okay,
also.
so Michael Jackson died June of 2009. She died, I think it was December of 2009. And then like 6 weeks or 6 months later, her husband died of the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just so strange because with the money that these people have and the ability to get, you know, medical care to die of pneumonia, it's just so strange to me.
Okay, so Ava said that they debunked that it was pneumonia but not the mold. Okay, so I hadn't heard that because I was thinking it was still she got the pneumonia from the mold. That's interesting.
I know her dad had paid to have a hair follicle test done on her, and she had different metals in her system, but they something about like they couldn't determine if it was from like hair dye or something else.
Mm-hmm.
But she did have some kind of metals in her system.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, that
hell,
was.
a lot of rumors came out that she overdosed on cough medicine.
Yeah, I
I
remember that
really
too.
love Brittany Murphy. I thought she was just the cutest little actress ever.
I remember watching the last movie she ever made that came out after she passed away, and you could tell something was, and I forgot what the name of the movie is now, but
The one in the psychiatric hospital.
I don't remember. I don't think
She's got long, straight hair, and she's in the psychiatric hospital, and she's like running all over the hospital.
She's running from somebody.
I think so.
That may be it. I just remember when I remember watching it and thinking something doesn't seem right with her from
Hmm.
other movies that I've watched her in.
Yeah, she looked
It,
different.
it was the same thing with like Bruce Willis's last few movies. He didn't. You could tell something was
Hmm.
different about him and the way he was speaking, and then come to find out he has that type of dementia.
Oh.
Okay, so Ava says she has ties to Kutcher, which is true, through Ashton Kutcher. But,
Hmm.
him and his wife were all buddy buddy and supported. Uh, 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 what was it? Danny Masterson,
Oh
which
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is serving a prison sentence right now for
Yep.
his charges.
Yep.
And then they got a lot of backlash for that.
I love that show, that 70s show.
Oh yeah, I watched all of it, and then I watched The Ranch with both of them in it, him and
Yep. I
Ashton
watched the
Kutcher.
ranch.
And then whenever all of that came out, and he's going to court, and like the allegations started coming out, they killed him off on the ranch.
Yep.
He fell
Yeah.
off a mountain or rolled down a mountain or
On
something.
a motorcycle. Yep.
Did you guys see that interview where Ashton and his wife, what's her name, Mila,
Mila Kunis.
yeah, they
Yeah.
say that they only shower once a week or once every 2 weeks,
Huh?
and yeah, and they don't use deodorant. They're like really into this like natural type lifestyle.
I bet you their house stinks.
I don't know. Because
It-
I thought Matthew McConaughey would stink because he doesn't wear deodorant, but
But they, can you imagine? If, I know that LA has got to be hot like it is here in the South. Can you imagine people in the South not wearing deodorant?
They better stay away from me.
Oh, The Ranch is a good show.
It is.
But I love Sam Elliott. Anything Sam Elliott plays in, I like. So
that's why I don't ever go to Walmart though, because too many people
oh,
not wearing deodorant.
ugh, that is just. I don't know. I've read like a bunch of different things that came out about Ashton and Mila. Like they're not going to leave their kids any of their fortune. They have this thing where which I kind of see their point. They want their kids to work for what they have, not
Hmm.
be handed to them. But at the same time, they're your kids,
Right.
you know. But they're not going to leave their kids anything. They're going to leave it, I guess, to charities or whatever. Um, there was like this whole list of things that you know that they do
Wow.
in their family.
Wow.
I don't know. Ava hope they they use some kind of soap like that because
Something.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine. I go through a thing of deodorant a week. I could not imagine going without deodorant.
Shoot, and I'm like I use the men's clinical because ever since I moved to the South, things changed. The secret doesn't keep my secret anymore.
Oh,
I gotta use the men.
Yeah,
oh
that's-
wait. Are they part of the Scientology, Ava? Ashton and Mila?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, yeah, she's right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
It's
can't
Okay.
I can't see the comments, but she's
Okay.
right.
Yeah, she said I think it's more of a Scientology thing. I bet that's where they're leaving their money. I didn't know that they were part of the church. I knew that Tom Cruise is and what's the other dude? Damn it. John Travolta. I knew they were. I didn't know that
probably
Ashton
what it
Mila
is. They'll
was.
leave their money to them,
Wow.
and that's why they don't shower but once a week.
I watched a thing a few
I
weeks
couldn't
ago.
get it.
It might be a couple months ago, but it was Snoop Dogg, and it was his daughter, and I think she's in college. And they were outside of his house, his big, huge, fancy house,
Mhm.
and they were showing her car, and she was driving something like a 2007 Toyota Corolla,
Mhm.
and they were asking, like, it was a really like open, interview, and Snoop was saying that he doesn't give his kids anything and everything.
No,
He's
he lets
making them work for.
You know, she has her own music career though. His daughter
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was an old interview I watched, but
Yeah, because I remember. Okay, so like way back when his kids were younger, he had his own show, and it had him, his wife, and his kids. And this was, I think, the boys might have been teenagers at the time. The daughter, I think they called her Chalk. I believe is what they called her. She was, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11.
Yeah. I used to
It,
watch the show.
and they didn't come off as like the spoiled rich kids,
Nope.
mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's never raised his kids that way. And
Yeah, it
then
was a
now,
good
now he's
interview. It
on
may have been an older one, but I was surprised, because he had all these like fancy cars, and then there was her Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, I
Like,
know she
what?
has. I know she was starting her music career. I would assume it might not be as big as what you think it would be, coming being that she's his daughter. But I do know that she was starting a
Well,
music career.
he now owns Def Records.
Yeah.
So, but he's on The Voice. That
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
he's
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Snoop Dogg's on The Voice with Reba. Gwen Stefani and I can't remember the other dude's name.
See, I didn't. Which I don't
Blake
ever watch
Shelton.
none of those.
No,
Isn't
Blake,
it Blake? Isn't it Blake?
no, he's not on there no more.
Oh.
It's Snoop Dogg, Reba, Gwen
I didn't know
Stefani,
Reba was on there.
Lionel Richie,
was
is he
his
still on
name?
there?
Huh?
Is Lionel Richie still on
No,
it?
no.
Well, I'm stumped.
I can't remember his name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. He's a musician. I don't know what the.
I don't know. I don't ever watch that show.
I
so.
watch it once in a while. I don't watch. I used to watch it all the time, but I don't. I watch it once in a while. But yeah, Snoop Dogg's funny. He is so. When I watched the season opener on it,
Mhm.
he's a trip.
He is. Mm-hmm. Do you know? You guys know how long I thought him and Martha Stewart were really a couple?
You know, him and his wife have been together since high school.
Yep.
Yeah, I was arguing it down. I was like, I seen it on the front of a tabloid magazine in Walmart. His arms were around Martha Stewart. They are a couple. They're together. And I think I was arguing with my sister or one of my kids, and they were like, he's been with his high school sweetheart. I'm like, no, he is with Martha Stewart.
No, I think they're just like really good friends.
So we know Martha's doing a little smoke.
For sure.
Well, I'm sure Snoop Dogg does too. So.
Oh,
He does.
he's never hid the fact. He's like 100% pro that.
I know.
Could you see him and her though? Smoking it up somewhere.
I can't even picture her high.
That would be hilarious. So they've done like I don't know how many commercials together.
That's I was so adamant that they were an actual couple. I felt so stupid when I found out they weren't.
No, him and his wife's been together since high school though, and now they got grandbabies.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Eminem's going to be a grandpa. I saw
Yeah.
that today.
I saw that today too.
Yeah, he's gonna be a grandpa.
In exchanging recipes and making them into a wrap. There you go, Ava.
Oh, I gotta know. What do you think of all these new slow songs that Post Malone's putting out?
Haven't
Wait,
heard him.
when did they come out?
Oh, they've been popping out almost every day on this one YouTube channel. What's it called?
Is this off his country album? Because I haven't heard it yet.
I don't know where they're coming from, but he's got one that's called Letting Go, and it makes you think that like he's ending, the song's going to be about ending a relationship, but then he's singing that letting go is never his plan. And they said, like, I guess he's getting married or got married, and so he's like in this lovey-dovey phase, and he's doing all these real slow love songs.
I don't know.
Hold on just one second, y'all.
She gonna go look it up.
Well, Post Malone is her man.
I know. I like his music. I mean,
Yeah,
When I went for that midnight drive the other night that Metamom told on me about with her big mouth. That's what
I had all those songs going. I had my windows down on the interstate, the radio as loud as it would go,
Hey, sweet
and
Melissa.
I played all of them.
I didn't know you took a midnight drive.
Well, Metamom went in Discord and told on me.
Probably didn't go in that night.
Yeah, I haven't heard him. The only thing that I've heard off of Post Malone's new album is the one he did with Blake Shelton.
Oh, he did one with Blake Shelton?
Yeah,
They're pretty good.
Is it called Pour Me Another or Pour Me One or something? Like, I forgot what it's called, but it was okay.
I'll have to listen to it.
But I haven't heard any of the rest of them. I'll have to go look for them now because Post Malone's like my favorite, one of two favorite artists.
I'll find that channel and send it to you.
Okay. Don't tell her I'm here. Okay, Metamom, I won't.
What?
Metamom said don't tell her I'm here.
Oh.
She look, she's my best friend and she ratted on me. I told everybody I was going to bed, and then what does she do? She goes in Discord and she's like, Avery's out driving at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I must have been asleep because I didn't see it.
She just wanted everybody to know in case something happened where you were at and what you were doing.
Yeah,
That's all that was.
Yeah,
She was making sure you were okay.
Yeah,
she did. You know what? She did worry about me though. She seemed to couldn't go to sleep until I was home and let her know I was home. But I didn't come back home till after 4.
Tiff said, "Well, why are you lying? You was telling everybody you went to bed and then you were out driving around."
Yeah, I definitely went to sleep.
Well, see, what happened is I did try to go to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. So
she said that you wasn't answering her and she was worried.
How can I answer somebody when I'm on the interstate with my windows down and my stereo as loud as it will go? I can't be looking at the phone.
Well, you don't need to be driving down the interstate with your windows down
at 2:00 in the morning.
You should have had your butt in bed.
Oh.
Metamom, I got your back on this one.
I got to be a little wild, just a little.
Don't worry, Metamom, we got you.
Okay, so Vaporsit did one with Falling in Reverse also. Are you talking about who is Falling in Reverse? Is he talking about Post Malone? I'm
confused there.
Yeah, I'm confused on that one. Because he listens to music that I don't listen to, so I don't know who they are. Hold on, I might as well go Google this now because okay, so it is a music group, an American rock band. Never heard of them.
Is it really almost 2:00 in the morning?
It's 12:51 here, so yeah, it's almost 2 your time.
Baby's still in there playing like it ain't nothing.
She's having a time.
Auntie Scarlett is live tonight, so that means she gets to sit up.
Yeah, she went to Walmart with her mom and dad earlier today, and she comes in the gate because we have a gate on the porch. But she can't get down. She comes in, she says, "Mama, I got a surprise." I said, "You do?" She said, "Yeah, I got a pink rug for my bedroom."
Aww.
So they bought her this little rug that you can put under the table or in front of her bed.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Yeah, I got a pink rug." I said, "Well, la-di-da."
Aww.
Look, she's my mini me with that karaoke machine.
Yeah, you see the pictures.
Yes.
She's just, she'll say, "Mom, I want to sing." Okay. Well, put the music on your phone and connect it to your karaoke machine. I said, okay. So I do that, and she'll say, "You know the song Meant to Be by um what's her name?" And then Georgia Florida line.
Nope, don't listen to it.
Well,
You listen to Georgia Florida Line?
yeah.
I mean, what?
Well, anyway, it's the song called "Meant to Be." Well,
With BB Rexa?
yeah.
Okay.
She'll say, put my song on. I said, "Well, what's your song?" "Meant to Be, Mom." So I put it on, and she'll stand there and she'll sing her little heart out. I tried to do a video, but when I'm playing music off of Pandora, it won't let me do a video of her. So I have to take a picture. But it is so funny. She sings her little heart out. She'll sing that one, and she'll sing "Let It Go" off of Frozen.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, she'll sing that one.
Never
Then,
saw the movie Frozen either.
really?
Charlotte, did you ever listen to my audio yesterday about what Jaden did coming out of church?
Yeah, I listened to it. I told you to leave him alone.
No, I didn't listen to it. You told me about it.
Look, I laughed so hard. I was crying. I was literally in stitches. So I go to pick him up from youth group, and usually I park in the second row back, but I couldn't park in the second row back because it was full. So I just pulled right on up to the building, and I text him and I said, "I'm here." And he comes. I see him come running out of the doors, and he's got his headphones on, and he's got his music. He's got his phone in his hand, and he's looking down, and he runs like right past me, right past my car, and I'm thinking, where is he going? And so I was just thinking maybe he was going to go talk to one of the kids, out there in the parking lot or something. And then I catch him in my rearview mirror going behind me, and I look and I turn around. He went and got in somebody else's car with people in it. It's my car.
What did they say?
I don't know because he comes flying out so fast. So mad.
Oh, that is
You
funny.
leave that baby
He
alone.
was so mad. But at least I know it had to have been like, other parents picking up their kid from youth group. But
Oh, that is too funny.
he said when he finally would talk to me, because he wouldn't talk to me for the longest time for laughing at him. But and when he finally talked to me and he told me, he said, that was so awkward. He said, I just jumped right in that passenger seat and looked up and it wasn't Mom.
Aw. He is fine. Don't be making fun of him now. Oh, I guess I need to get off of here.
Yeah, you're at your 2-hour mark. Well, you're almost at your 2 hour.
Yeah. Almost. I need to go to bed though. No, I need to go finish tearing my closet apart because my hoodie that I usually wear around the house has gone missing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where I put it at the beginning of spring. And hey, Jenno, how are you? I need it. It's kind of like my house hoodie, and I don't want to get like my good hoodies out, so I got to go find it.
I think I remember you saying something about like you were boxing up all of your hoodies and putting them somewhere.
No, I usually leave them in the top of my closet, like up on the shelf in the top of my closet. But I've looked up there and I can't find it, and I don't know where it's at.
I could have sworn you said something about packing up some of your hoodies and putting them somewhere.
Well,
I don't know why.
I do have some boxes of clothes, so I may have to go do that.
They might be in that box.
Yeah, because that's the hoodie that I always wear, like around the house or whenever I'm live or whatever. It's always the one that I wear, and I can't find it.
Yeah, it's probably in one of your boxes because for some reason that just sticks in my mind. You saying that?
Yeah. Oh, minimum for sure. You got to have it. That's like the house hoodie. You got to have it. I don't. I never go anywhere in that hoodie. I don't leave the house in that hoodie. It's just the one that I wear around the house, and I need that hoodie.
Yeah. What's the something favorite?
Yeah.
It's just a plain solid black one, and but it's like the most comfortable is one. What the fuck was that? The cat's knocked something over in the living room.
I heard the bang.
I've heard it too.
Y'all heard it?
Yeah.
It's them
That's
damn cats, is what it is.
I
probably
was
just
staying quiet in case it was a ghost.
Kelly can't wear a hoodie right now. It's 100. Well, it's 65 here, but it stays so cold in my room now that it's cooled off outside. It's hoodie weather in my bedroom.
No, I don't know what it is here. I think it's like maybe 69, 70.
It's actually nice here.
Yeah, it's
I'm
nice.
waiting. I'm
Lucky.
waiting for like 40. Is what I'm waiting on.
That's coming next week.
I can't
And then
wait for it.
she's gonna be like, "It's too cold.
No,
Can't wait for summer."
no, I swore that I would not complain about the cold weather. I'm telling y'all, I'm not going to.
They said it's
I,
supposed to get down like 45 here in the next week.
Oh wow.
yeah, I'm over the hot weather. This is like the second year in a row that I haven't been able to handle it. So I'm ready for the cold weather.
Doesn't it seem like it's been like steadily like getting worse each year?
Each year,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
this summer was the hottest summer we've had because the 4th of July was 117.
Mhm.
And it's
Oh,
like that.
Well, last year here it got up to 112 a couple of days, and this year it didn't get that hot, but it was just still hot. It was just to the point I couldn't even go outside because it was so damn hot.
I think it was yesterday that that Vapor shared a picture in Discord of the temperature reading on his car,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say it was 107 or 112, 100
Well,
and 700, one or the other.
well, I mean, he is out in the middle of the desert
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in a concrete jungle.
Yeah, they showed it on TV. They showed it on TV. It's 100 and something out there.
Oh, he said it was 117.
Yeah.
Oh, oh God, that's even worse.
Yeah.
And there's no humidity, so it's just like it's like an oven.
It's
Yep.
that dry air. Where here we have all that. Yeah, the humidity here is like really, really bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love hot weather, but when it gets to the point that I can't walk outside because I can't breathe, I don't want it no more. I
Can't breathe.
Yeah, I would rather. I don't want the snow to the cold weather.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want it to snow either.
Yeah,
I just want to be out of hurricane season. When does it end? November?
November 30th, last day of November.
I think
It goes from June the 1st to November the 30th.
I'm ready for hurricane season to be over. I've been so upset because have you guys noticed that mainstream media news is hardly covering what's going on? And this is like the worst thing I think we've seen in over 100 years. It's bad.
well,
I know that like our local news station here, well, the one in Shreveport, it has a thing on there, the like the little code that you can scan to donate to the hurricane relief because it's there's still people missing out there. You know, people have lost everything. There's I think still flooded areas.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so they have that code thing that you can scan. Was it a QR code or whatever that you can scan and donate to the relief out there?
Yeah, there's people out there that they haven't even got any like food or water or supplies or anything dropped to them.
Yeah. Well, Dan was in here last night and he said he lost everything in it.
Oh no.
And he's down, I don't know what part of Florida he's in, but he's somewhere in Florida.
Dang. Well, I seen an article today where they said FEMA was out of funds, so
What,
Yeah. Um,
according to Miss Harris, what I saw today, with, and I'm not trying to get political with this, um, all the people who were affected by the hurricane, who actually need it, is only going to get $750.
yep.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Swear to
Oh
God.
my
Now, how
goodness.
the fuck do you determine if somebody really needs it in a hurricane like this?
Wow.
Asheville is destroyed
Yeah.
$750 though. What the hell is that going to do?
because what they want to do is buy their land because it has certain things on that land that they want, that the government wants.
Oh yeah, mineral rights and
Yep.
Yeah.
all that.
And if they figure if they just only give them $750, they can't rebuild with that.
Oh no,
Oh
they can't. That won't even cover if they were able to get to a hotel
They
until
no,
they
it
got
still
another
won't.
place to live. That wouldn't even cover that. That wouldn't even cover their food.
and
I,
I'm but
I like to
I
fell
just
out my
feel
chair
so
whenever I
bad.
saw that today. 700. Oh, what did Joe Biden say? We got your back.
yeah,
She's claiming
but
seven
you know
hundred
what?
fifty dollars.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And then he says, we what did he say? There's nothing more we can do for them.
That's
And
horseshit.
I mean, these people are dying. There's over 1,000 people unaccounted for.
Yes,
Yes.
there is a thing on. I was talking about it last night. There's a group on Facebook where that somebody started. If you got a missing loved one that from this hurricane, to go in and put their picture and put their last known location, and that way, if somebody comes across them, they can go into there and let the family know. And there's thousands of people
It's
in
terrible.
that group that's still
Yep.
missing. There
Yep.
was one dude that they said that walked, I forgot how many miles in treacherous terrain
Hmm.
to get to his parents to make sure they were okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the sad part is, and I'm not trying to be political either, but Trump is not even president yet and has visited every area
Yeah.
and has
Yeah.
donated his own money to some of these people.
Yes, and Metamom, Elon providing the Starlink. Yes, he did say that. I saw that today on Twitter that all the areas that were affected that does not have internet, that Starlink is up. You don't have to pay for it for like the next 30 days.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. But
So,
they're talking about some of these places not getting power or anything for possibly months.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to take forever.
And then I seen tonight where there's another dam getting ready to break. And
It's
they said it'll be catastrophic when it breaks.
Laura
Oh,
something dam.
where was
Yeah.
that at? Wasn't it in South Carolina or North Carolina?
It's in
I
North
yeah, North Carolina.
it's in
And
Asheville.
Yeah, that
they
they
said
said that
they've
it was holding for right now, but at any time it could break.
Yep.
yeah, and then I guess they ordered everybody to evacuate, but
Yep.
they said it's going to take a lot of lives if it breaks. I can't even take it, honestly.
Right now it's holding, so
Yeah. Well, Kelly P said that Home Depot has donated $2 million.
yeah.
Really?
Well,
That's what Kelly
Trump
said.
donated over, what do you say, over $300 million, something like that.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow.
It's sad. And Brian Hoffman came in uh, last night in the chat before I had went live, and I didn't even think about the fact that he's in Florida and asking him how he out with the during the hurricane or
Okay.
whatever. I didn't
Yeah.
even think to ask him, but
My
Dan came in and said that he lost everything.
I
So
should check
Gosh.
it's sad.
because my brother was in Florida. I haven't even.
Yeah. I've got well, I've got like distant cousins that live down there. But I think they're all okay. I haven't heard anything
And it looks like
bad.
there's another hurricane coming. That I don't know if
Well,
it like how bad it's going to be, but they were saying it's going to come the exact same path as this last one.
Okay,
Well,
so
the one in front of um, what the hell's the name of it? It's a dude's name. They
Isaac?
they said that one's gonna curve off. It will not
okay,
hit the United States.
yeah, Kirk is the one that's not going to
Yeah,
hit, and then
right.
there's one that's behind Kirk. I forgot what
And
that one's name is.
that's
This is
yeah,
supposed to curve off too and not hit, but they
yeah.
were
That's what they're
claiming.
saying.
Yeah, I can't remember that one, but there
Uh,
was one that was down in the very low part of the Gulf of Mexico that they were claiming last week was supposed to start up, and that's the one I think Avery's talking about that was supposed to take the same path.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it hasn't done anything. It hasn't. It was like over a 70% chance of development, but it hasn't done anything.
No,
Oh, thank goodness.
it's a
So
tropical storm right now, and it's not really
yeah,
doing
I don't
much.
think it's going to do anything. Hopefully
I
not
hope it
anyway.
doesn't. Yeah.
So
Because these people in Asheville and Florida and Boone and
yeah, they can't
Georgia,
handle another one.
and they can't
Mm-mm.
afford
No,
this.
they can't even handle just any rain off of it right now.
Yeah, and we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow.
Yeah, that's. I don't know.
I
We're
remember when
hoping.
Katrina came through and it completely flattened my house. And I want to say we didn't have power, water, or anything for maybe 2 weeks. That is the worst feeling in
Oh
the
yeah,
world. And
Yeah.
then we couldn't get, so we all went, my whole family, we all went to my sister's house because she had a brick house. We thought her house was the sturdiest.
Mhm.
Then we couldn't get out to go check on other family members because there was so much, the roads, were just destroyed.
yep.
But this is so interesting. I want to say it was about 3 weeks after the Katrina came through. Um, our mailbox was still up. I think maybe Corey had put it back up or something. No house, but there was a mailbox, and I had went by to go check, and we had a check for almost $10,000 from FEMA. They had
Mhm.
never even spoken to us.
Oh damn.
And from what I understand, everybody whose houses were flattened just immediately got checks,
That help.
that same
Yeah.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now
'Cause
they don't have
Hey,
it. Now they can't.
go ahead.
I mean, now that they can't do anything, it
Well,
just,
yeah, you know why?
$750. It's a
yeah.
different administration.
Yeah. I just didn't want to say that on your channel, but yeah.
Yeah,
Because
Uh,
Katrina was bad, and
yeah.
then we had literally not long after Katrina. Katrina hit the east side of the state up through Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and all that, and then we had Rita that hit us just a few
yeah,
weeks
we had
later.
us too.
And
Yeah,
it was, and then we had Laura that hit in the exact same spot that Rita made landfall in 2020, and the eye came over us, and it was really bad. We were out without power for a week with both of those.
yep. But I'm just saying, everybody knows why FEMA is saying they're broke
Yeah,
because they're really not.
it's,
Everybody knows where that money's going.
yeah, it's going other places instead of actually helping the people who need it.
That's
So.
what, and see, that's what a lot of people are saying. Why not help the Americans and the homeless and the vets instead of doing what you're doing?
Yep, it's a shame, honestly.
Yeah, that was devastating to hear that today, that they weren't going to be able to help these people.
Yep,
It's
$750. Well,
that's
not
it's like a
kind
slap in the
of
face,
money.
honestly. No, they. I mean, it. Yeah, anything is better than nothing, but $750.
$750 is not going to be rebuild anybody's home or
It's
even repair anybody's home.
it's not even going to pay for the
Especially,
food or a hotel or staying
yeah,
with family or anything like that. It's not
yeah,
gonna.
And did you guys see where they're arresting volunteers who are trying to get in to help?
yeah. There was this one.
Why?
There's this one guy who has a helicopter, but it's only a 2-seat, and it was him and his son. His son was his co-pilot. Well, him and his son went to rescue this old couple And when he did, he got the wife, but he had to leave his son there with the old, the gentleman, the
Hmm.
wife's husband. And when he brought her back, they told him if he was to fly out again, he will be arrested. He said, "Well, I have to go get my co-pilot." So he had to
Um,
go pick his son up and leave the old guy there.
oh man, you got to be kidding me. Oh,
Because if
That's
he didn't come back with his co-pilot, he would have been arrested.
I don't understand. I just don't understand.
And then there was another one that a helicopter was dropping off supplies, like
That's the one from Northern
water.
Alabama.
And he was told if he was to go up in the air again, he will be arrested.
Well, he's going because he's in Northern Alabama, and it's him and two other men, and they're using his own private helicopter,
Well, see,
and
and that's
he
what
said he's going. He doesn't care. He's going.
that's what the one dude was with his co-pilot, with his son as the co-pilot. He was using his private helicopter
yeah,
to
that's
go
a shame.
rescue this old couple.
So they got the what? So is the husband?
I don't know.
Oh,
Nobody knows whether somebody else rescued him, but they did get the wife.
damn.
Can you imagine?
That's what I'm saying. Why are they trying to stop these people from rescuing these people?
It doesn't make any sense. I
It's
don't understand
their
it.
private
Hey, Loaded
helicopter.
Hot.
Why are you trying to put a stop to it?
Because after Katrina, they were begging us to come down and volunteer.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have any problems. We were loading school buses up with supplies and going down there, and I mean, they were begging us. So why are they turning away volunteers?
Oh, yeah, there was the schools from up here let out so they could take buses down there to get people out of New
Mhm.
Orleans after Katrina and bring them
Yeah.
up here. Loaded Hot said that he has a nephew in North Carolina working as a lineman.
Is his nephew okay? Or he's not from North Carolina, but he's over there trying to
I don't know. Loaded Hot, is your nephew from North Carolina or from a different state and was dispatched out there?
because I don't think they're even to like a fixing stage yet. Really, I think they're still in
they're-
rescue.
Yeah, they're probably in rescue and cleaning up, trying to clean and rescue as they go. Okay, Loaded Hot said he got a call in from Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because here in North
Wow.
Carolina, Asheville is not even. Hell, they still have floodwaters. That's
Yeah, that's preventing. Because I did see that. I forgot where that was. It was somewhere in one of the Carolina states that the whole town was completely blocked off because of the roads.
Mhm.
I think that was Asheville.
Yeah.
Is that
Asheville.
where the people were at the church? Like everybody went to the church or something, and they can't get out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did hear about that one
The
too.
thing is, North Carolina is not used to this.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
used to having these hurricanes. The mountains got hit really hard,
Yeah.
and they're not used to having a hurricane. They're used to having snow.
Yep. Completely different. See,
So
Metamom.
They're not prepared for all this that happened.
Water comes out of it.
Metamom said that she thinks that Alabama sent the National Guard. I did hear something about the National Guard supposed to be getting there too, to one of the areas. I don't know where they were coming from.
It's such a helpless feeling, because you know that people just a couple states over are, suffering, and you want to go help, but
There's
you
nothing you can
can't.
do. Yeah.
It really, really freaking sucks.
Yep.
But
But
I will go down because I know you want to say your good night.
yeah, I need to get out of here. I've already been here 2 hours and 14 minutes.
All right, hold on.
All right. Well, good night,
Before you-
y'all.
All right, thank you for coming up.
Thank you for having me.
Sure.
But you're not. No way.
Good night, Avery.
Okay, so Loaded Hot said that the National Guard are building temporary bridges into Asheville. So that's a good thing. At least
Yeah.
they're trying to get in to try to get people out or get help to them.
Yeah, I hope so. But I'm gonna jump down so you can say your goodbyes.
Okay, well, thank you for coming up.
Yep, no problem. Had fun.
Oh,
You want
for
to say
sure.
night?
Good night.
Oh, good night, Bubbles.
All right.
All
I'll
right,
talk to
have
you
a
later.
good. Okay, have a good night.
Bye.
Baby.
Oh, she is so cute. Vapor, no, I didn't see it. I'll have to go back and look. Gigi, I forgot how wide. I seen where somebody said it's like 900, 800 miles wide, 900 miles wide, something like that. It was a huge hurricane. All right, y'all, I'm just gonna get out of here. So I can go to bed. So thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Please keep those that's affected by this hurricane in your prayers. And I will talk to you all tomorrow night.